Hey, shalom, shalom. We'll do a quick mic check, do a quick video check, and then we're going to go ahead and start. Bear with us, please.
We go.
Con.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, we have more than 3 channels. You put con. All right. We got sound too.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shalom. We have the brothers of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, the branch of Chicago, with our honored guest, brother Demasha Potts, one of the heads from Indiana. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahweh,
double honors into our apostles and elders, the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers. Salutations to all the scattered elect that are scattered around the 4 corners of the earth. And to those few I brought to the listening and learning. And all of Esau's plans are failing. It's all backfiring on him. And he's being exposed. He's being made bare. Somebody get that Deuteronomy 30:7. He's being made bare. He's being embarrassed and ashamed. And I actually pray that in my prayers.
That's right.
And he's being revealed. All right, so he can no longer hide himself, and he's being shamed publicly. He's not liked. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play a quick video, a TikTok thing. This sister goes in on the subject matter of God. Let me This will help set the stage. But she goes in on this survey that was done by a so-called white college student with other college students, and it turns out it was on racism, and it turns out that she was asking them all about what race, if you got rid of what race would make the world better, and then I'll let you see what the turnout, what I'm about to play it right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I remember I had my speaker, so it get loud enough.
Okay, that's perfect. Shemaiah, just to make sure.
But it's just a few seconds long. And I couldn't help but laugh when I saw it. Here she goes.
A college student was doing research on racism, and she did a survey on 17 colleges that are mostly white, and she asked random people if they had to get rid of one ethnicity or one race of people, who would it be and why? Of course, she's doing the research on racism, so she's fully expecting it to be people of color, whether it be Black, Asian, Mexican, whatever. Y'all, 77% of the people said white people, and 91% of the people that she asked were white themselves. White people sick of their own shit, and I'm here for it. Yeah.
So the nigga woman got a big kick out of that, and I got a kick out of it with her. I had to laugh with her. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet that the majority of those white people, so-called, that are sick of white people or white women, and they're really talking about white men. So Esau is just being put on blast, man. Job 27:15 is in full effect right now.
That's right.
Whether you realize it or not, it's in full effect.
That's right. You know what that makes me think of? The scripture. They shall complain of ungodly. As a matter of fact, I'm pulling up right now. I'm pulling up because that's Esau. Because you know what? The thing with the Most High is this. Esau know wickedness, and I've had guys back when I was driving Lyft and Uber. I was that guy who, picked Esau's brain. I'll ask them questions. I'll say, was it fair that we got brought over, so-called Negroes and Latinos, brought over here in slave ships and just left here? And they're like, no. They will admit it if you ask the right question. Esau, no, they're ashamed of themselves, man, because it's against nature to be wicked, and they are wicked. This is Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. So there you go. All right. They're now complaining. That's 90. She said 91% of the people she asked were Edomites, and 77% of the answers were get rid of the Edomites.
Yes.
That means overwhelmingly out of the 91% of the Edomites,
17 colleges.
right, over 50% of those Edomites said that Edomites are the problem. It makes me also think of that comedian. I forgot what his name is, an Edomitish comedian. And he was like, man,
The redhead.
yeah, he was like, hey, wait till we catch up and all the stuff that we've done. Come get us. We're gonna be fucking.
Matter of fact, somebody find that clip.
Yeah, Baba Kashab. That'll be perfect.
I'll see if I'll play it.
Good precept. This is Proverbs 26 and verse 27. It says, "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him."
Oh.
So that abortion was to curb you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Planned Parenthood, all right, was designed to basically minimize your numbers, and not only abortions, but like the elder has said, people of fertile age are dying from drug overdose, which is impeding your numbers from going up. Which is, in reality, you so-called Negroes and Latinos, the only reason y'all protesting this shit is because y'all know promiscuous. If it's not you, your goddamn self, that's promiscuous and wants an end to your basically to your mistakes, because it goes into the, like the brother Merv says, man, accountability. Because if it came to accountability, women wouldn't bear the same burden that men have to going through that Title IV, you know what I'm saying? D, as the other brings it up. All right, because then if you were made accountable for your actions, then guess what? Then it wouldn't be just well, I'm just gonna trap a famous person, a basketball player, an NFL athlete. See, now y'all would have to learn skills for men to actually want to procreate with you, which in the times that we're coming, man, a lot of you women are useless, man. That's why it's gonna be in numbers that the Lord's gonna judge y'all, man. Like the elder said, man, that carousel is gonna come back to ride you.
Yes, sir.
So Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? And he should not take pleasure in his good. You know what I'm saying? Kingdoms against kingdoms. Esau, he's divided against himself. He's not working together, you know. He's self-detonated. He don't explode.
Well, his name Esau, Asham, is wasting his seed.
Yeah.
So he gonna follow his destiny, wasting himself. Well, he gonna get wasted.
Where's that music coming from?
I don't know too. It's on ice cream show.
Is that outside?
I think it's clock. Is it clock?
I think it's the speaker.
What's speaking? Ain't no speaker over there. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Let's keep moving. So like I just that was kind of throwing me off. It's like I hear it too. It sounds like it's like a video game or something like that. It's like, what the fuck? Just say what? I know, right? This is where, don't worry about it. Just say.
Yeah, it's like, where is it coming from?
You're right. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, just see if anything's outside. If it's outside, that's fine. Anyway, was that in that? You got some more?
I got no precept. It's on Revelations 11, chapter 18.
I know it's
And the
annoying,
nations
yeah.
were angry, and that wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou should give reward to thy servant, the prophets, to the saints, and them that fear thy name, and shall destroy them which destroyed the earth.
That's it. That's right. And they are destroying the earth right now. All right. And matter of fact, going to the topic, all the things that's going on, you know, you for a year. How long when did Roe versus Wade?
I think they said 60 years.
1950.
I'm gonna Google it. Just get it.
70s. It was 1970 something.
Roe versus Wade originally.
73?
There you go.
January 22nd, 1973.
Yeah, 73, James. So you talk, Matt, y'all. That's. I was born in 74. That's almost 50 years. That's 49 years, I think. I'm 48, so it had to be 49 years. That means 50 years. So for 50 years, they've been saying, no, y'all can go ahead on what the bam. But now that the population Esau's been dwindling, because majority of them are homosexuals anyway.
Yep.
All right. And they only do procreate to keep their line on. Outside of that, they all on do what the hell, do as thou wilt. As
a lot of you see different shows. This
show that Esau and me get together.
I
They
rolled.
go off in somewhere in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
That's what they be on, because don't nobody see them, you know.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's just like the whole thing up in the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, but
Real quick before you bring it out, got one more for him.
So between 2010 and 2020, the U.S.'s white population declined for the first time ever, according to.
Now that's a lie. It's been declining for the last 20 years since the opioid
That's right.
thing. All right, but I guess maybe that's the first time they actually put it on paper. All right.
For the 2020 census. And now the Supreme Court has overturned the right to abortion. These are connected because of a centuries-old fear in America called race suicide. The beliefs behind race suicide are founded in scientific racism. The beliefs behind white supremacy are also founded in scientific racism. Race suicide was an alarmist term used in eugenics. It was used to describe the falling birth rate of white Christian American women. In 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt wrote a letter claiming that this issue is fundamentally, infinitely more important than any other question in this country. So what issue did he think was so concerning? Race suicide, the fear that white American Christian women aren't having enough babies. This is a fear that eventually non-white, non-American, and non-Christian people will eventually outnumber white Christian Americans. Theodore Roosevelt even called white
And
women.
and that's where they goof, because it don't take white women to bring back white children. It takes white men.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Being that seed line. It's not about color.
It's not
It's about who
matriarchal.
it's not matriarchal at all. It's patriarchal.
That's it. Period.
Your identity is through the male, through the seed you come from, not the womb you come out of. So all his science is lies, but their worries are real. And what's happening is that it's not going to be enough of them. If this society was to go on, it will collapse and fall anyway. Because or at least with them being in charge, because it's not going to be enough white people to remain the police department, to remain the judges and the lawyers, to remain the firemen, to remain the judicial branches of the government. That's what they fear. And then they fear retribution of people of color getting and redlining them and doing to them all the things reverse Jim Crow on white people. All right, like that movie that was made with John Travolta and what's his name, his fine ass daughter, Henry Belafonte.
Oh, you're talking about
the white man's burden.
Yeah, white man's burden when they it was
everything was reversed.
Yeah,
white men were getting
I remember that.
beat up, by the police and mistreated in society. It's called a white man's burden.
Yeah,
all right.
and
Society was different.
Yeah, where the colored so-called races were on top and Esau was on the bottom. And
Esau was playing the role of Jacob, and that's just a mirror of what's to come, because it really is going to be that way. But go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This Job chapter 27, verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
I was going to read the verse up. It says, this is the portion.
It's Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
That's his judgment, man. All right, the Lord deals uprightly, and guess what, man? He increased what was in his by robbery, which is why he has to lose his kingdom. The same ideologies that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah are in practice. So there is many reasons why the Lord has to destroy this place. All right, there's many reasons. This isn't just a one and done. This society was supposed to learn what Sodom and Gomorrah didn't, so it has to get judged. All right, but the Esau himself and his heritage, like the brother read, they got to get that judged. So if they do have numbers, it's so that their eyes can consume in their sockets, man.
Yeah, I got one more point. Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Man, despised, man, not loved. He no longer is the answer to the problems, like the dude said in the documentary. Now Esau is being exposed as the fundamental problem in every scenario.
Yeah.
In college,
even his own people are saying
that's the point.
Job 14 and 5.
That's right. That's right, because Esau is coming against Esau. I was at the bowling alley during the winter season through my league, and I remember them talking about Ukraine and Russia, and it's like, I don't believe what Putin's doing to Russia. And and it's all, and 99% of the bullying is all niggas. And I'm talking to my teammates. I said, when is white man against white man a problem? And how I said it made them like, actually think about it for a minute. I said, these motherfuckers are been coming against us for all these years. Now they fighting each other. It's a win-win for us. And this is like, damn, I ain't never thought about it that way. Fuck these motherfuckers, man.
Right.
But the 2/3, they love their slave masters.
And they're bringing a lot of those and the whole, one of the reasons too, it is now down to me in light of all the things that are going on and all this white decline in America. And one of the main reasons why they're bringing all those Ukrainians over here to try to reboot their numbers.
Not gonna happen.
They're trying to reboot their numbers. But all those people are just coming over here to get the sword, to get judged.
That's right. Hey, I was just reading this article. If I can share with y'all real quick.
Yes, sir, brother.
The military has started using the gay slogan, "My body, my choice," for the vaccine mandates. And right now they're talking about they about to fire 40,000 National Guard troops and so many troops, but they trying to use the whole my body, my choice.
It's all backfiring. The name was perfect, man. See, there's no more wisdom in teaming, man. There's no more wisdom in teaming. These people were never fit to rule, man. And it's showing itself more and more every day that goes by. And shalom to all you brothers and you few sisters on the comment board. You know?
Got that Job 14 with it.
Go ahead, brother.
There's Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
He ain't going nowhere, man. You know? That's my favorite scene in Lord of the Rings. Cannot pass.
Oh, shall not pass.
Right, and that's the thing. And also, he will reach that bound.
He's gonna reach it.
He's gonna reach
it.
It's
knocking on it now.
But here it is. The prophets have that eye salve to see that he is actually reaching it. He's almost at.
He gonna get to that door
Exactly.
and not have the proper pass, the key. Is he looking at the door? It's like we're right here.
Right here. Right
He's
here.
running all different kind of codes trying to get the whole that is 1992 1335. He can't get it right.
It's like certain games. You play certain games. You gotta be a certain level to enter the land. Well, nigga, your level ain't high enough to pass this. Ain't no way. Ain't nothing.
Well, that's Lazarus and the rich man. He said there's a gulf.
Yeah.
He said there's a gulf that's basically impassable.
I can see it, but I can't get to it.
That's it, man. That's
even worse. It'd be better not to be able to see it.
That's it.
But they seeing that they're gonna see their plans manifest and still crumble.
I got one for you.
Bring it out, brother.
This Ecclesiastes 8:12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. So it appears, Edom, been doing his things, all right, but the Lord said it's not going to go well with him, man. All right, his days is numbered, and he got bounds. All right.
Can I bring one? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. It says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So all the prophecies is going to come to pass. All right. And here it is. We're speaking of these last couple of prophecies before the last translation from one people in power to another. And that last translation is Esau, Edom, the wicked being in power, all right, to Jacob, all right, the Israelites being into power. All right. And so we're telling you and warning our people, hey, it's high time to awake out of sleep. All right, straighten up and fly right. Get ready. Because all the things of Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right, in him being in power and staying in power is now all backfired.
And it's all coming out. Just like now they they're along with the alphabet lifestyle community, they have a new acronym and it's called MAPS. MAPS is referring to minor attracted people, so they're trying to avoid the word pedophile.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
name so many times.
that's what they're calling it now.
Right,
That's-
NAMBLA, remember the National Association?
What the
of
fuck
Boys
is
Love?
minor attractive to people
Well, let's listen.
syndrome?
Let me
The
play it. For you.
NAMBLA now.
Well, it's a syndrome, so they know they're sick.
Hey y'all, I need your help blowing this story up because the Moore Center for Prevention of Child Sex Abuse at Johns Hopkins just hired a professor who wants to make the minor attracted people, or MAPS, a protected class. Bloomberg School for Public Health, which is where this center is located, guides the lawmaking on child abuse, and this ideology is
Bloomberg. They're not Jewish.
Huh.
All right, just okay. All right. Hold on. Let me go back.
Hey y'all, I need your help blowing this story up because the Moore Center for Prevention of Child Sex Abuse at Johns Hopkins just hired a professor who wants to make the minor attracted people, or MAPS, a
Somebody look up Johns Hopkins.
No, that's a popular. That's
And let's find out who's behind that.
John
All right.
Hopkins Hospital.
And also look up Bloomberg just to be official. All right. We don't want to assume because anybody can have any name in America. All right.
The John Hopkins Hospital is well regarded.
Okay. So let's So this is what. So this is what the authorities are trying to do for the.
That's the guy right
Gilman
here.
is a Jewish name.
protected class.
Daniel Coit.
Bloomberg School for
Gilman.
Public Health, which is where the center is located, guides the lawmaking on child abuse, and this ideology is subversive and dangerous and needs to be stopped. Professor Alan Walker was already fired from Old Dominion University for stating that minor attracted people shouldn't be ostracized because they can't help their own urges. There's a multi-billion-dollar child porn industry that suggests that being attracted to a minor is harmful. This is Dean Ellen McKenzie. She runs the Bloomberg School of Public Health, and she
That's this Dean
needs
Ellen.
to know that this
I
is
think it's
unacceptable.
actually a transgender dude, I believe. Looking at it. All right. So what did it say he's running again? Let me it's
Minor is harmful. This is Dean Ellen McKenzie. She runs the Bloomberg School of Public Health, and she needs to know that this is unacceptable. Because Dean McKenzie, if you honestly believe that this ideology is going to do anything other than hurt kids, you need to have every dollar of taxpayer money stripped from your organization, and you need to be removed from your post. Hey y'all, I need your help blowing this
Okay.
story up because
what he said. So Dean Ellen McKenzie. Go ahead.
This from Wikipedia. It says John Hopkins Hospital. The John Hopkins Hospital is a teaching hospital and biomedical research facility of the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, located in Baltimore, Maryland. It was founded in 1889 using money from a bequest of
Physicians are no value.
7 million. It says in 1873 worth $134.7 million in 2016. It says by city merchant, banker, financier, which these people in prominent positions are the biggest diddlers, man. Civic leader
Yeah,
and
and so it
philanthropist.
seems.
Yep. Well, look, just look up these lost records. All right. Well, they're telling you about Roe v. Wade, but the different names that came up when whatever Gladsmith was on trial. But it says Johns Hopkins Hospital and its School of Medicine are considered to be the founding institutions of modern American medicine and the birthplace of numerous famous medical traditions, including rounds, residents, and house staff. Many medical specialties were formed at the hospital, including neurosurgery by Harvey Cushing and Walter Dandy, cardiac surgery, a child psychiatry by Leo Kanner. Attached to the hospital is Johns Hopkins Children's Center, which serves infants, children, teens, and young adults.
That's where Ben Carson split the. He was a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
The one who ran for president?
He was the
No, Ben Carson.
yeah, he wasn't the
house guy. The house guy.
Yeah, the house nigga Ben Carson, because he right now. Yeah,
Bring out what you got.
Okay, this is Mike Bloomberg, CEO, Executive Leadership, MikeBloomberg.com.
Let's put his face up there. Let's put him on blast as well. So basically, what you have any prominent Jewish people and these prominent Edomites.
Put up who? Ben Carson?
No, Mike Bloomberg.
Okay, Mike Bloomberg.
They're pushing for this map. They're pushing to make pedophilia, let's just say what it really is, normal. This is what they're pushing for. This is why the Lord has to come back, man. As in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, because I imagine all the freakism that was going on there. I'm sure there was freakism going on with children as well. This is what these people want, right? You know, and then but they'll make fun of, try to make someone sound crazy or conspiracy nut when they talk about adrenochrome and blood and different things, and,
right.
and the molestation of youthful people.
That's right, dude.
And
Hollywood
and
and
children disappear, probably in the millions, yearly within Western countries.
Why they stop taking them off the milk cart?
All right.
Because you remember growing up, they was always on the milk cart.
Yeah.
Why they stop? Because it's too many.
It's too many to put on there.
Yeah.
What's up,
just because now they said children got the right to get sex change about their parents. Just imagine if this kingdom go on. This devil could marry your daughter before she come home to school and shit and have her living in the house.
They don't fucking know.
Yeah, and then say, well, she agreed to it.
Right.
Yeah. What's the word? Consent. The age of consent.
Right.
So, the 6-year-old consented to be with this 50-year-old bastard.
Yep.
You know,
they consented to be.
This is what they're doing, and they're trying to make it okay for people who have that attraction. Wow. So she called it Matt's people, and this woman was trying to put it on blast. All right, these are the things that are being done both behind closed doors and openly in your face, man. All right, but yet these are supposed to be the people of the Lord. And like Nagab sent me that thing earlier, I wish I had it. I'd play it. Of all the people over in the land of Israel who can't pay their rent or their properties and can't, they're struggling over there. What happened to dwelling in safety and peace and safety alone? It didn't say we're gonna go back to the promised land only to get put out your house.
Well, I mean, they
you gonna go back to the promised land and can't afford, to take care of your family.
Remember the videos they would have for the Ethiopians with the bloated stomachs and say, "Please come over here and help over here in Ethiopia." They got them for Israel now. You got for 5 cents a day. You got that over in Israel for so-called Israel refugees over there. They got it for them. So how is it the Holy Land and you still asking for money?
So how are they the people of the Lord? All right.
Can I finish this up?
Come on, bring it up. Yeah, finish
it. It says Mike Bloomberg created the Bloomberg Terminal. Today, Bloomberg LP employs 20,000 people for Bloomberg Tech.
There it is, man.
Can I bring the scripts out, man?
Well, he got one and then bring yours out, brother.
This Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 32. For their vine is the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is poison, is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of adders.
There it is, man. And she was trying to. The lady was explaining all these scientists, that were behind this whole map thing, right? We know that their science is all lies. In the other video they were talking about racial. What was he saying? Racial suicide and all these weird terms that they just create to fit their pseudoscience, man. Somebody get that 2 Timothy 6:20 on top of that positions and all that.
I got the Joe where he said he put that article in the order. When they get kicked out they have, when they get
come on, we can touch on that too.
And I just put something in there too to back that up too. So that's what's up.
All right, well let them ride. Could you get those before that subject?
I'll go with after the Joe.
Yeah, let the fake science shit ride first, and then bring out the other scriptures.
So this is Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, "But ye are all forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. I know that ye would altogether hold your peace."
Shut the fuck
and
up.
it should be your wisdom.
And you'll be wise to do so.
That's what you saw pushes, man. Even with science is education, it's all wickedness, man.
Yeah. I watched the video where the woman, where the Satan Club, the Satan Club, they had a song, and the song was about Satan is not a bad guy, and that Satan is a good guy.
Well, look what they did to the schools. They took. You can't talk about God in the schools,
and that's what she talked about.
Program.
That's what the thing was about.
Satan has got after school programs.
Let's see if I can find that.
Clearly, this place is all for wickedness, man. What did they call evil good and good evil? They change light for darkness and darkness for light, man.
That's what Esau does. He is the wicked. That's his job, man. So he comes with all this research, and we did this case study, that case study. You better believe there's a lot of wickedness involved, man. All right.
They even fucked up Sesame Street, right? You know, I got the kids. My son.
Oh yeah.
My son was watching Sesame Street. Now we let the kids, because that's what we grew up on. So I'm letting my kids watch what I grew up on, right? So Elmo punk ass, he said you can have a dad or two, and my wife, she immediately said, get this fucking shit off the TV. You know what I mean? Then it fucked up Elmo too. You know what I mean?
It's always fucked up. Yeah, but Ernie was gay the whole time. Now they just more open with it. Also, it's 2022, bro. There's a lot of wholesome YouTube cartoons you can get kids, even Israelite stuff. Hey, you send it to them. I ain't got no kids. You find it. Hey, this is oh no, the Habakkuk. It says the way his spirit is not upright in him. So he comes with, hey, you got that science falsely called?
Yeah. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called.
God, that word science goes into know. So Esau's knowledge is not true knowledge. What does it say? The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Esau was set up to do his job, is to seduce you, to bring evil into the world. He is the devil. You know, this is Proverbs 12:26. Perfect. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. That's Esau's job, man. He's the devil. He's going out to deceive. All right. This is Romans 1. This is going to go into that whole LGBTQ maps, all this shit, man. This is Romans 1. And I'm going to get more to the point. 27. And likewise, also the men leave the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of the error which is meet. And these they did not like God in their knowledge. God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness. Look, it says filled with all these things. So whatever level of righteousness you can think of, Esau, all right, whatever level of wickedness is that he's for it. Covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God. That's why they bang theory. Evolution. Mm-hmm. Yep. Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. Inventors of evil.
Salakia, brother. I'm trying to find that video.
Inventors of evil things. This map study, that's an evil thing that they just came up with, man. A wicked device, a wicked imagination. You know, instead of Esau teaching you to curb whatever wickedness your flesh comes up with, they tell you it's okay. You gotta harness it, give it to it. That's madness, man.
Do as thou wilt.
Right.
It's a syndrome.
Disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Here's the point. Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. As the saying goes, misery loves company. They don't want to go out by themselves. So they like, look, if I'm wicked, you're going to be wicked with me. If I'm going to be destroyed, you're going to be destroyed with me. So they come with all this bullshit. Give it to it. They promote it. They force it on you, man. Every commercial, every show, every movie you see, they show it. It's going to be at least one token gay black dude, man.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Like
a woman kicking everybody's ass.
That's like the Eternals. The Eternals was a damn good movie, but they made Jake the smartest one of them all. But he was a fucking sodomite, man.
They made that Mexican woman the hero.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Then they made a damn woman the hero. All right. Hey, but the scriptures say, hey, Esau know what the truth is. Because to tell a lie, to tell a good lie, you need to know the truth. You know, like the scriptures say, even devils believe and do tremble. You know, they know what's going on. That's why they promoting where you see all of the homosexual. Hey, look, you can get on the red line. I mean, we used to get on the red line when they really start pumping this homosexual shit. you will see it on the red line up until like 35th
on the
advertising.
advertising.
I remember that
when
shit.
you get to Esau, you get towards downtown, you stop seeing that type of advertisement. A man, I think it was one with a man holding his stomach like he's pregnant with a
I remember that bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? It was a couple of them that they promote that shit to our people. But as soon as you get to their neighborhood, you don't see that type of promotion where Esau's around, right? Because they want to keep what's the scripture with where he was like, well, my king, if they sin against their power, then we can overtake them. You know, they trying to keep us going off. Hey, but Esau, hey, look, the elect is waking up. Hey, the Lord don't give a shit about them niggas. Them niggas gonna die, and they still gonna be rebirthed back in the kingdom and be over you. Hey, but at the end of the day, nigga, you going down, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you going down. Your kingdom is over with. Nigga, ain't no more motherfucking ruling over us no more. Your kings are being made manifest right in front of you. It ain't shit you can do.
Yeah, they've been exposed. So let me play this song for you. Brothers, y'all gotta hear this shit. It's Satan's After School Club. Parents, hey, whoever posted this here, parents hide your kids, tap into What the Fuck News. Yeah, so it's basically the song's called Satan's
Satan's After School Club. Parents hide your kids, tap into WTF News.
Science is important, so we understand the word. Satan looks for truth. Let's help him, boys and girls. Satan's not an evil God. He wants you to learn and question why. He wants you to have fun and real. Evaluate, there is no hell. Everyone is different, and that's okay with Satan. He'll always treat you equal, whether you're black, white, or gay.
You said what?
And they're trying to make him real friendly, and they got a little goat that's dancing around. It's just beyond wicked, man. And this is what they're pushing to children, right? And they're connecting Satan to science. So Satan and science is their real God. That's who the in God we trust we're talking about. Go ahead, Benji.
That's the Luciferian doctrine, actually, that Satan was the good guy that freed humanity from the clutches of God, basically. Even that show Lucifer, I finished the whole series. They finally wrapped it up.
They wrapped
and
it up.
that side, yeah. And that
And
side,
they had God is black too.
Yep, they did. And they got black.
Yeah.
And
Because they know, because that's Esau.
At the end of the day, everybody loved Satan. He was a good guy. Even a woman that was supposedly a believer of God and all this, still see that Satan's a good guy. And then also Lucifer, he was supposed to take over as God. You know, but that's actually Luciferian doctrine, man. That they're the good guy, man. But don't marvel, 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Now we speak of Satan, they're talking about the spiritual demon Satan. This is talking about Esau Edom.
Exactly.
He is that devil. He is the one who's coming up to working of the spiritual Satan, according to 2 Thessalonians. He made himself to become, as far as the people know, he's this good guy, man. He's about humanitarian aid. We gotta help Ukraine. Meanwhile, he got both his feet and both fists up our asses over here in America. With no lube, destroying us.
No lube.
All right, destroying us completely, man. But he's the police of the world. Come on, man. All right, we got these great modern advances in medicine. Meanwhile, all right, we fix your twitch, but your liver don't work. God damn.
Right.
When you really could just
your pain is going away, but you might get blood clots to give you a heart attack.
Right.
Hey,
but your pain is gone.
I witnessed that, brother. Hey, when I came back from the war and shit, I was taking their medicine. I told them, well, I can't sleep, so I had a problem going to sleep every night. I could hear everything in my sleep. So I was like, I can't sleep. They gave me medicine. I mean, it made me sleep like a motherfucker, but I woke up with a headache every day. And who wants to wake up in the morning with a headache?
Every day.
Every day, man. Every time I took that shit, I woke up with a headache.
And migraines and toothaches are some of the worst pains to ever have to deal with. The toothaches and that migraine, it make you don't want to move, make you don't want to walk. You fuck your tooth up, or fuck your head up. You don't want to do nothing, but that's pure agony.
It was an article. Well, really, a guy that did some research on radium. Radium is basically radiation pills, and it was a guy who had hurt his knee. He was dealing with some pain, and the guy went into the dude's story. He's a rich man, a part of a rich, wealthy family. He hurt his knee, and they gave him radium. I take these, make you feel better. And he said it started making him feel so good that even after he wasn't supposed to take them, he kept taking them until the nigga jaw fell off. The nigga jaw fell off.
It disconnected. He got his jaw, like he got jaw and this shit that broke.
It just fell off. You know what I mean? He said his jaw fell off. And they said found out that he suffered from extreme radiation poisoning, which came from the radium pills that he was taking. Radium is radiation pills. So they said his body was so irradiated they had to bury him in a lead coffin.
Damn, that's crazy.
In the lead coffin.
That's crazy,
and
man.
This Esau witchcraft, his pharmacia. It don't matter if you're rich, wealthy. Hey, look, if Esau want to use you as a guinea pig, he gonna use you as a guinea pig. Hey, in the prisons, there's something called an infirmary. All right, I knew a lady who I used to do music with back when I was like 18.
Well, they call it that in the military too.
So what happens is they get the pharmaceutical companies would come in and they would give guys less time for trying out the medicine.
They try those experimental drugs on military people against their will, or them not even knowing.
You know, and they give them less time. You know, but the guy that was taking it, she was all fucked up because she was like, he was telling her he don't feel good after they gave him something, he ended up dying. And she was all bugged out over it, you know, but she never stopped talking
she was
about
a part of that shit, man.
You know,
matter of fact, that's how the fictional character Luke Cage was created.
Yeah.
They were giving him experimental drugs, and that's how he got superhuman
strong.
Even the regular ones, because that one guy Trudeau was going into how the pharmaceutical reps end up sending, for example, like a rep to a pediatrician with vacation hours and bonuses, and then because as soon as the commercial hits TV, then all your patients have that in mind, so they would get vacation vouchers and commissions to basically promote certain products, even if the kid didn't have nothing to do, whatever, but the pharmaceutical companies be like, hey, look,
we want to see
here's a vacation. If we know you're tired, here's a vacation hour, but this is the next thing that they're gonna ask you about. And so it's go ahead, but it's everybody's in bed with the shit. They got the clean version, which is when they send the reps to the actual doctors directly, and then you have the jail shit where you know what I'm saying, experimental drug. Here's $30 a day. We want to see if your hair falls off, and guess what? This fucking hair falls off.
Right.
Hey, I was looking up that word infirmary, and it comes from the word infirm, and it means not physically or mentally strong.
In Spanish, enfermo is sick.
Yeah.
In the Latin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to a place to be made sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to read the scripture that Kazak Manya Howard put up. I'm going to start at verse 16. Now, this is Ecclesiasticus. Oh, he did put 16 up too. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 16. And it reads, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but he will find opportunity. He will not be satisfied with blood. If adversary come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. All right. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Because you are thinking that he got your back, and he's helping the adversary, man. And he's with them. And so then that's what we're dealing with. These people, they come with the appearance that they're doing good through their science for the people, for the children, but all they're really doing is harming you, man. You know, trying to get your numbers down, depopulation mode in full swing.
I got like a quick little brief article and then a scripture. I came across this a while ago. This is not the article, it's just the actual. I looked up the guy's name because I couldn't remember the article title. And I believe it was called The guy with a hole in his head. So recently he came out about some shit he went through when he was like 9 years old. 80 years later, he comes out with it. So the guy's name is Burtis Hardiman. All right, he was born in Loud Station, Indiana in 1928. Burtis attended Loud Consolidated School, where he and 9 other children were severely irritated during a medical experiment conducted at the local county hospital. To get parental consent, the experiment was misrepresented as a new therapy for the scalp fungus known as ringworm. So they told him, look, we're trying to figure out how to heal you. All right. Meanwhile, they hit them with radiation. The radiation of the skull led to immediate symptoms, but also to a severe progressive necrosis of the bone all through his life. And necrosis basically means death. So his bone, his flesh was dying, man. And he had to wear, and then you read this, the actual article, she had to wear hat to school. It wasn't allowed, but they made a special rule for him because this shit was all fucked up. He ain't basically he ain't got no fucking no scalp, nothing. Shit was weird, and he took it, showed his old man. That's how Esau get down, man. Who else is the devil?
That is beyond cruel, man. That's some wicked shit.
Just
and you
just took the
you
out of my mind.
you
took it out of my mind.
You think they could have did that wickedness to some animals,
right?
But they did it to people, which is still wicked. Yes. You notice I said they could have did that wickedness. They could have spared humans and did it to animals, which would have still been wicked. And in this day and age, to me, animals have more value than people do. But anyway,
the Lord, that's the scripture. The Lord said
real talk.
That you're basing the animals.
Yeah, the animals have more value than people do right now, in my opinion. But to do that to a person and that was his fate worse to death, man.
It's called human trials. They show you that in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
They
before you get to human trials, though, you're supposed to go through
the animal
a whole bunch of animals.
But they do that. But then
sometimes.
Like when I used to work in the factories and shit, I fuck with the machines and shit. I tell her it's about the MBS sheets we would get when we making batch. You know what I mean? They would tell you what animal they practice it on. They would tell you was a male or female. Then it'll tell you what it did to it. It'll tell you how long it lived. It'll tell you everything on the MBS.
Which is cruel as fuck.
Well, we made Roundup, and you see all the Roundup fucking the fucking lawsuits that's
they
going on.
They knew that shit was poisonous before.
They put glyphosate acid in this shit. This shit will burn a hole in your ass.
Esau looks like this. If I can sell 10,000 products and make me 15 billion and have 10 lawsuits, I lose 100 million. I still made over 14 billion. I'm still straight, and you don't care. And that's how wicked he is.
That's how he looks at things.
We will make a train cart. We will make a train cart, and they'd be worth 15, 16, 17 million. And we make 3-4 of those in a night.
So
they paying us. They were paying them at the time.
So they should have been paying y'all,
like $60, $70.
They should have been paying y'all $100 an hour.
Y'all gotta agree with the chemicals in. That shit fuck you up. It is Isaiah 47. They don't care. It's Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth of my people, have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavy laid thy yoke. And Esau is clearly the merciless devil that the Bible speaks of, man. There's no time in history do you see this. You don't see things like this till you reach Greece. Where they killing you for just being circumcised. All right, where they killing you for not eating swine. All right? Basically, right. Yeah. Basically trying to commit genocide, you don't follow their ways. All right, where they put you in iron fucking bulls, heat the bull up, so when you scream, it echoes. It sounds like a raging bull, and the smoke is coming out of his fucking nostrils. That's some sick shit, man. All right, or what they call it, Roman candles, using Israelites, all right, as torches to light up the night.
To light up, for the Primus.
Yeah,
and the Primus was a bloodbath anyway, because it was the main gladiator fight. Often the Primus was a group fight, like a gang. Like 10 on 3 or 10 on 10. It was always some. It was like a melee. So that was the Primus, or champion versus challenger. It was always a bloodbath. And then you're right, and they would use Israelites mostly, all right, because they used some of the heathen too that were getting punished but they would use people as Roman candles, just like the brother said, man.
Yeah, and you don't see that with no other fucking nation.
And that was
like
so-called
this.
white people that did that.
Yep, the same devil that's ruling now, same ones that have. Oh, let me help you out. It's hit the symptoms right in your spinal cord, man. That's some sick shit. It hit the symptoms right in your spinal cord. What's the one documentary? It was for South America. They show the aftermath. Motherfuckers melting their cars.
Oh, that laser.
Panama deception. All right, Esau really he tests all this shit out on Jake, man. He's figured out ways to destroy us. This the Lord's mercies will consume not. But this devil really trying, man. Don't think it's not for lack of trying. It's really just the Lord's mercy, man.
Come on, brother. Look, there's a video which disappeared off the internet. I don't even remember where I got it from, but I got it, and I said, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do a lesson on that. How I write this out. That thing was gone, and basically it was with this scientist who started measuring water in liters. He started measuring water in liters in the 90s, and basically in the early 90s, he said per so many liters of water, there was zero aluminum, zero metals in the water.
Oh, I see that video.
He said that disappeared quickly, and then by he said by the mid 90s it was in the hundreds. So per liters of water, it was hundreds of milligrams in the water. He said by the 2000s it was in the thousands, right? And then now he said just recently in 2021 or 22, they measured it, and they measured water around Mount Shasta in California, up high on the elevation, and it was like 60 something thousand milligrams of metal in the soil and in the water. Basically saying this is the problem in America, and he said this is a worldwide thing because they spray that shit everywhere. They're not just doing it here in America. All right, and that's why these trees and the water and the soil and everything's fucked up because all that metal. All right, this man truly is a devil, and I was going to use that video, and they disappeared that video.
Remember the videos that I sent you about the different attacks that they've done to Central South America? The one thing they didn't tell you is that they used them as medical experiments. So what they did is they would set up whorehouses or inject these women. What they would do is they would pay men to take part in the study, and what they would do is they would give them money, and they would set up Harley houses where they would inject syphilis into the woman's vagina and set it up for like $0.25 or $1, something real cheap. And what they did is they basically left it alone and wanted to see what the end result was of not treating, I believe it was, what was it, the syphilis.
Syphilis make your rod fall off.
Well, check this out. They went I think it was like, because it was like a Edomite that felt convicted about it because they had talked about it, how they did it to the Tuskegee Airmen. They ended up taking a camera crew. The third and fourth generation, bro, nothing but birth defects. People were born blind. They couldn't fucking talk. They had speech impediments. All this shit he did just to show the results of syphilis going non-treated and never even treated them people, man. So Esau's been coming after you motherfuckers want to go straight to him. That's why he got to get rid of y'all, because y'all don't want to stay on him to smoke you various ways. When we did the Democratic around the world, when they showed all the bombs that they did in Central South America, this was another way. The other ain't playing. When he says Esau has tried, he has tried every way to get rid of you. He's done everything possible.
I got a precept for you out. This Psalm 64 and Psalm 64:4. If they may shoot the secret at the perfect, suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune and bring snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought and every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right, so Esau Edom, he's a mad fucking scientist with this wickedness, man. He's searching this shit out. They know what the fuck syphilis do to untreated. There have been plenty of pirates, plenty of men of their history, all right, that's pretty high names, man, that suffer from syphilis. They know you go crazy and all types of shit.
Matter of fact, isn't that what killed Al Capone? Bring on what you got, brother.
Okay, but I want to say that project was done, the Tuskegee Project, in the 60s when I was a baby. They had the prisoners, they took them and shot them full of syphilis, okay, and they were incarcerated, like you said.
Yeah, and it's documented.
When
I
they
don't know
caught
if it's still where you can go to it, but they experimented with these brothers in prison and shot them full of syphilis, man.
When they caught on here in America, then they left and took it to the island. So what happened is when they got the backlash here in America, because they also labored it, a medical experiment, they took those to the poor people in Central South America and did them in without nobody saying anything. Their own people. That's why all you people that believe in them governments and them puppet governments, man, they're gonna go too, because these Mexicans think this AMLO guy is about to switch to, man, y'all gonna die. The dude in El Salvador that invested in Bitcoin, you're gonna die, and guess what? Y'all lost all that money already, man.
That's why we have destroyed this place, man. And it's a balance that they can't pass going into that Job 14:5. This is the piggyback on it. This is Job 7:1. And it reads, is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of a harlot? So it's a balance that he cannot pass, man, no matter what his wicked ass do. And Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, got his punk ass.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
That's right,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
This is back in Psalm 54 and 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. All right? So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So Edom, everything he's prescribed and done to fuck us up, and the Lord is now shooting those arrows at him. Now his pen is affecting him, man. Margaret Sanger came with the damn Planned Parenthood shit. Now Edomites are the ones suffering the most from all the damn abortions. All right, they came with putting all the shit in the water. They fucking themselves up.
They came with the crack and all that, and now opioids and fentanyl wipe their ass out.
Right?
Yeah.
They thought Memphis shit was gonna fuck us up. That shit went straight to y'all. They're like, well, crack got played out. You know, it went the waves. It went from Jake trying heroin to Jake trying coke, which was too expensive. They was like, well, we got free base for you. They came with the crack. They was like, well, we need something new for them. Crack getting old, man. They hit that meth. Niggas ain't fuck with that meth. And crack, you don't even really see that many crack kids no more. That shit went straight to Edom. Now y'all down though. Now it's a problem. Now let's not lock them up. They need mental health. They need help.
Hey,
free crack
pipes.
Castrate the crime.
Right now they give you free crack pipes.
Yeah.
You can get locked up and have a paraphernalia back in the day. Now they give you free crack pipes.
Funded by your tax dollars.
Hey, doesn't it sound familiar? Hey, but meth, this shit so fucked up. Meth, it fuck your teeth up. Now, it'll elongate your teeth. It damn it turn your teeth to fangs. And they gotta fucking take their teeth out their mouth because they get real pointed in their gums. It's like a fucking
they shit rot too. All
And I've seen pictures of people on meth, and within 6 months they don't even look like they did before.
Sure.
I've seen people who are actually decent looking people look completely horrible, man. I've seen bras that were actually halfway decent, and they look like old ass hags.
It's like Thriller.
It's like
So
yeah.
turn around like damn, nigga, straight to a zombie.
Because this devil, he's imploding his own system. He's imploding his own system, and he's been silver spoon fed the whole time. And the shit is hitting him worse. You know what I'm saying? The little losses that they take are hitting them more because you gave us the ability to struggle. You gave us the ability to hustle. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we know is struggle. But
adversity.
These little struggles that's hitting the so-called white community is fucking putting them to death, man.
Yeah, they'll off themselves. Yeah, I watched the video yesterday. The brother showed me some Edomite took the shotgun, put it on his head, and blew his head open. Like that shit was crazy, man. Because they can't, yeah.
The difference.
That's exactly what he did.
The difference is
his woman left him, so they weak, man. They can't have adversity.
That's the difference. Brother Elder Malcolm just said it. All right, they're weaker. Genesis 25. The Lord made them weak. He made her strong. Malachi 3:6. I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Because Jacob got that demon where they just we melanated, so we just all smite through our strength. No, it's the Lord will that we able to be innovative and keep moving forward. When they go to adversity, they can't handle it. Because the Lord made them weak, He made us strong. All right, so they losing it, man.
Yeah, because I heard an Edomite once say that he was like suicidal because because he only had 50 grand left in the bank.
What?
That's
Yeah.
not
So-
money for us.
but you know, it was like he was down to 50 grand and he was freaking out, man.
That's
Like-
all
like-
good rich.
he was like,
That's like that's
you know,
Let me get this quick precept, if I may. Hey, this is Psalms 35:8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hid catch himself. Into that very destruction, let him fall.
I have one real quick. This Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 6. The vile person will speak bitterly, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, and to make empty the soul of the hungry, which the Israelites know, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak right.
It said to practice what, iniquity,
Hypocrisy.
hypocrisy. Hey, their law system is called a practice, bro.
Yeah.
You practice law.
Mm-hmm.
All lawyers practice law, judges practice law, man.
Doctors.
Yeah, doctors practice medicine. You know,
So if they fuck up, it's called medical malpractice.
Yeah. And like, matter of fact, you just made me think about another video, man. With this, the guy actually talked about. You remember in 2012 that dude who ate that dude's face?
Oh, yeah, bath salt.
Well, so what actually? And that's they called it bath sauce, but I think it was something else. Who knows what sort of experiment? But
They quarantine that.
but I got like a 30-second video, maybe like 40 seconds long. Whatever the fuck it was. But I'm gonna play this shit. Yeah, it says real zombie caught real zombie caught on camera by a group of friends using a drone. So that there's an image of a dude walking all crazy. He was just on
Anyone
drugs.
remember the Miami zombie from 2012? This is Rudy Eugene, and back in 2012, when he was going to Urban Beach Week in Miami, his car broke down. He stayed with his car for about 30 minutes and then started to cross a 3-mile stretch of road called the MacArthur Crossway. As he was walking, he began stripping off his clothing. He got rid of his license. He had a Bible with him that he chucked, all around acting erratic. As he's walking, he runs into a homeless man, Ronald Papo, who was sleeping in the underpass of the causeway, and he proceeded to beat him unconscious, remove his clothing, and eat his face. This is not an over-exaggeration. He ate this man's face from the beard. When police arrived on the scene, they gave commands to Eugene to stop eating this dude's face. He didn't listen. He just proceeded to growl and continued to eat this man's face. He was unalived at the scene. Trigger warning. There are pictures of Ronald Papo right after his face got eaten online. And there are pictures of how it's healed since then. He did survive. I can't show these pictures because I'll probably get a community guideline violation, but they are fucking intense.
All right, so now mind you, when that happened, it happened in 3 different places around the world because there was a similar incident in Japan around the same time, and there was also an incident in Russia, and all of them were the same.
That's right, y'all. They got the phone calls.
All right,
Tango, Rainbow, Cloud,
Yes.
Alpha.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
got activated on their ass, boy.
so who knows what that was? And you know, with Esau being playing the mad scientist, man. But you know, you can expect a lot of weird shit to happen and to continue to happen as we go into these last moments of these last days, man. Because I truly believe, and Yahweh Ratazah, I hope so, that the way things are looking, you know, it's really looking like sometime in July we're gonna have some major food crisis, gas crisis, and they're also expecting riots because of this Wade versus Roe, which they're probably gonna orchestrate. They just showed how the little chick from Full House got knocked down in L.A. You know, yeah, I think the middle sister, the one with the big breasts, yeah, she got knocked down at a protest or something. You know, they're having clashes with the police. So it's yeah, man, you can expect shit to get really crazy. You know, and call along how about
It's happening in front of our faces.
It's happening right in front of our faces.
In your face.
You know, and guess what's gonna happen? You know, finally, are people gonna see that fat meat is greasy, man? And that the prophecies are real, man. And these women are gonna. A lot of these women are getting ready to learn the hard way that they should have listened to, or stayed with the men of the Lord.
And they're gonna learn the hard way over and over. The hard way, the hard way, the hard way.
Tag team, and you're back again.
I got scripture.
Go ahead, bring it out, bro.
This is Ezekiel 35. I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna just keep reading because all this is fire. All right, this is Ezekiel 35:3, and say shit. You started 2. Started 1. Yeah, started 1. It's Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it," which is actually your Idumeans, your Caucasians.
Genesis 36:1, and then it says 9.
It says, "And say unto it, thus saith the Lord, the Most High, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." Now this the Lord giving he pretty much telling you he's gonna do this personally. All right, I'm gonna fuck you up personally, big dog. All right, it says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be destroyed, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end." All right, because it was a time that we were supposed to serve our judgment, and that was it. But Esau afforded the affliction, man. All right, ain't wasn't no letting niggas go. They said emancipate these niggas. All right, it went from physical hardcore slavery to not even a hardcore slavery, mental slavery. They put an even heavier yoke on Jake.
But,
you know what I mean?
And it's still hardcore slavery.
And it's still hardcore
because just because you don't have a physical whip on your back, the mental whip is worse because you don't know why you're pining. To not know, see, it's one thing back in the slavery world when you knew your enemy was the fucking enemy. You still had a special class about yourself. Right now, when these niggas and niggerettes who are neglecting Yahweh Bashem Shai get to understand that they actually bought into this lie, they're born into this lie, and it get revealed how the madness and the judgment that comes along with it, that mind fuck is worse than 1,000 lashes. Because at least they had the integrity. Then we don't have no integrity now. We just niggas who don't know. Blind, dumb ass niggas. Well, Lord said, why would you be stricken anymore? It's like, you remember, we do this, we reenact that. You say, why are you beating up yourself? Why are you beating up yourself? We are being so stricken on top of stricken on top of stricken, and we have no clue why or what, and it's our fault. Yeah. That's some fuckery. That's why
that's a mind fuck.
Man, bro, man, the Lord, that's the reason why the Lord says give to them double. And he said we're gonna meditate terror, because in the kingdom, they're gonna have to go eat all that. You know what I'm saying? All that.
We ain't gonna make them forget who the fuck.
It's gonna be mind fuckery on them.
Yeah, they're gonna be forced to embrace the name that they run from for so long.
Yep.
All right, that they've been hiding from and lying about. And, you know, it's funny how all the evidence is, and we're talking about legitimate evidences as far as scripture, relics, time, time periods, history, all the things that point out who they are. They always got some stupid answer to try to evade it, man. Some evaded tactic. You know, when you pointed out that they were Esau, Edom, no, that can't be us because they're done away with. You know, but they're not here anymore.
It's still a little bit more. It's verse 6. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh, the Most High, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. The Lord got so much of a fucking hatred. What's the word? Righteous hatred.
Righteous indignation.
Righteous indignation. Hey, the Lord hatred towards you, Esau, is a justified hatred. Hey, look, ain't no other nation did us like you. Hey, nigga, you took our rods and cut them off, and then, nigga, you put them in their fucking mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? We already dead. Then you got our fucking sons and our daughters watching us. And you buck breaking. Feeding our kids the fucking animals so you can make some goddamn slippers. Like the little wicked bitch in Louisiana, the little Edomite who was torturing Jake in her upstairs apartment. You know what I'm saying? She had a whole deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where she would torture, and they would pay, and Edomites would come pay to see you torture them a certain way, and pay to do this and pay to do that.
Hey, just because you mentioned how they did and shamed us even in death, how the Lord takes a special hatred to that. This is Amos 2:1. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Moab, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he burned the bones of the king of Edom into lime. We hate Edomites. So why is the Lord Yahweh Bashim mad at the Moabites for taking the king of Edom and burning his bones into lime? Because there's the Most High has you don't shame someone like that. You don't cut off a penis of an Israelite man and then put it in his mouth and then burn them and take pictures and
put
sit
it in his
and
mouth.
Oh, you don't take
daughters,
and
sons,
sons
and all that
watching. You don't take.
watching.
Not only that, they've done it where they took off these penises and they put them in pickle jars of vinegar and shit and keep them on display and have them as trophies. The mind of Esau.
Woman. Cut a live baby out of her.
Yes.
Cut it out of her. The baby died. Put it back in her, just to see what happened.
Yes. See, Esau has to pay for every one of those. Look, you cannot do those.
I mean, with gynecology came from them practicing on our fucking women. Right? They're practicing on our fucking women.
They don't feel pain.
Right? How do you think they get up? They got this uterus transplant where they found out how to put a uterus in a man so a man can have a baby. Where the fuck you think they get this shit from?
That shit's not gonna work. So man hips are not made to.
Oh no. So they're gonna fucking die a horrible death.
I got 2 for you real quick. This Psalm 75:8. But in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. The Lord has a judgment for all the wicked, man, especially Esau Edom. And the brother mentioned earlier how the Lord is personally wants to see this devil, man. See, he did things behind closed doors. To see how about Shemel was shy, he come to your face, man. It's Deuteronomy 7:10. And repay of them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. And that's one thing about Yahweh Shemel was shy, man. The Lord is letting it be known that you on display and I'm at you, man. All right? Because this devil, he works with sleight of hand. He comes sideways at you, man. But see, our power, he comes direct. All right? The Lord comes direct in your face, man. And that's why it's happening, man. From the whole world, he's just holding around and say, I repay them to their face.
They try to make Jake, what they doing it, they make Jake face on the monkey talks and shit.
Yeah, that's beyond obvious, and even the heathens were calling that.
Yeah.
I saw a couple videos where even the Edomites was calling that, saying this is bullshit, and that and once again, it has to be what do you call it? Spike proteins to make monkeypox go from monkeys to people.
Wow.
So there it is.
What they've been popping everybody, the whole slam gimmick.
Yeah, you'd have the same old bullshit, man. You need that spike protein, and Esau, it's just not that's not a natural occurrence. It's like we always say, I get the flu and get a cold. My dog don't get a flu or get a cold too. He all up under me the whole time.
What's wrong with you, nigga? When he gets that dog, what's that sickness that dogs can get from other dogs when they're young puppies and shit? Right. So they can get parvo. Why humans don't get parvo too?
Exactly.
The Esau shit is it got so many holes. Swiss cheese is embarrassing.
Go ahead, Pops.
This is the bag up what Uriah was saying about there's just a certain amount of dignity you could let a person have even in death, and they don't do it. Okay, this is Genesis 15:25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. We don't even want to leave our bones behind
in the heathen land.
In the heathen land.
They're kind. Yeah.
I said they don't. We carried them out. We carried them out of there. We brought them over to Egypt. Then from Egypt, we carried his bones out of Egypt. We brought them to Israel.
Exactly.
That's how. And the Lord had. See now, I perceive through the Spirit. The Lord's going to give us the thorough understanding of things that He doesn't give us the 100% breakdown, but just tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah, this is off. This is why it's off. You know
all things.
Exactly.
Science,
yeah, but
man,
see, but there's a nature in us that we won't even pass that shit. You know what I'm saying? It makes me think of Tobit. He would go out there and bury an Israelite even at the expense of death because they said don't bury him, and he will wait till nightfall.
Just sitting in the fucking
and which is poison. They emit gases and their body decompose, which is actually harmful to you because that's supposed to be underground to go back and to fertilize the ground and go back, turn it back to earth.
Gotta eat it.
And so now you got this out above. It stink. It's nasty, and then you can being around that you can get sick too. You know what I'm saying?
Disease.
That's it.
Pass.
That's it.
Yeah, I want you to read Isaiah 14, and we're gonna read from 11 to verse 24, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, these people gotta pay. They gotta pay
as soon as possible.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 11. It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The word is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
Let's stop it right there for the moment. That pomp was that arrogance, that all right, and then that them falling down from heaven, meaning them falling from rulership.
Right.
That's why they need new people that might be on. Go ahead.
Just a quick one to prove that heaven is rulership. Isaiah 34, it says, "My sword shall be bathed in heaven, shall come down upon Idumea."
Ooh.
So who is that heaven that's been destroyed by the sword?
And this is talking about Idumea.
That's right.
All right, well, go ahead, brother.
Come. Verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? And that Lucifer is talking about the elites of the nation of Edom.
That's right. First fruits of slavery.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
They're going to survive all this, and then they're going to be the first ones. So they're going to go from from riches to rags, like the dudes on Trading Places.
That's right. And Lucifer, for the record, is not Satan. Okay, it's not some angel that fell and argued with God and all that. That's bullshit. Lucifer goes right. Lucifer goes to the word Hayalao, and Hayalao means basically bright one, morning star, bright one, someone who's illuminated. And you look at the word Lucifer and break it down in the Greek. Luce means it comes from the word lucid, goes back to light, and then fur, which you confer, infer, whatever, that's to bear. So it's light bearer. Who's bearing the light? Who knows the light, has light, but not sharing it with everybody else? And that goes into the so-called Illuminati, Esau, Edom, and the elites.
Yep. Yeah, that's why these Edomites are so upset, because like I said, they're not even being looked upon in the midst of that. It's just the elite, these banking families, and this upper echelon of rulership of Esau. They're like, yo, six pack, fuck you, you're bigger than me.
That's why the Patriots are there. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We ready? All right, back in Isaiah 14 and 12, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven and will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High."
And to make these laws, these so-called role versus way, where I can tell you, yeah, you can kill your child. Oh, you can't kill your child. Oh, in these circumstances, you can't kill your. That's them acting like they're God, like they're running shit, that they can do that. And the Lord is looking at them like, you condoning death.
They're trying to put their pseudoscience above God. Too.
That's it. That's it.
Go ahead, brother.
Yep. Verse 15, it says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit."
Which breaks down the word hell too.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. So it says, "Yet shalt thou be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man?"
Yeah. Hey, when you narrowly look upon somebody, that means you look down at their feet like they're small. And you know how that. Who was that comedian in Chicago? I can't think of his name. Bernie Mac. He said, "You look like I'm little or something." Hey, when you narrowly look down, you know, you ever had somebody look down at you like.
Or you also when you get caught in the lie.
Yeah.
That squinting look when you get caught in the lie.
Yeah,
that firm.
Yeah.
Right, because they've been caught that they're liars. Matter of fact, they done told the world that they're white, and they're not. And they told the people that they're not the Edomites, and they are. But continue, brother.
God. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, even one in his own house. But thou art cast out to the grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain."
Matter of fact, you can stop right there and go to Obadiah the last, like when Israel and Judah wipes them out.
God. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse I'll start at 17. It says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble."
That's the most beautiful song I've heard in a long time.
Right. Can I sing it again?
Yes, sir.
"And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble."
Hey, man, that's sweet. That's good.
Can I read it again?
That's that cozy. You know, it's like, bro, because that's our comfort, bro. Down here, we have no continuum city. Down here, no one's lifting us up, patting us on back, comforting us. We doing it for each other.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the elder men and men of the Lord are tithing each other and having all things common amongst these other one. All these other people supposed to be helping us out and leading us and tithing us and for the work that we're doing, promoting how about you outside and righteousness.
And what brother's woman is comforting them all the time when they need comfort?
None. Who said that? Who did that? Who did that? That was you? Why you ain't on my record? Why you ain't on my record?
Can I sing this again?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Obadiah 1 and 18.
Hey, we got this song on repeat.
"And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai has spoken it.
Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakadash.
Wa
Abba.
That's hatred, bro.